Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Phil Switch. I'm Phil Carute, and I'm joined by my fearless co-host, Brock Tamarino. The Phil Switch podcast is brought to you by Sal's Tire Caps. Sal's Tire Caps. Happy New Year. Please don't ask for discounts. Well, Brock, 2024 is just around the corner, and I thought it would be nice, interesting to have some guests. Tell us some New Year's resolutions. Do you have any New Year's resolutions, Brock?
Well, I've kind of fallen out of doing New Year's resolutions. No reason really. I just, I don't necessarily think about it, but I guess when maybe I do think about it, I, just maybe live this year a little bit better than the last year. Maybe try to reach some new goals, things like that.
Yeah, it's admirable. I kind of the same here, maybe I always try to, maintain my health, maybe try to get in just that little bit more of better shape for myself. But yeah, I mean, that's a good resolution right there that you were talking about, Brock, just kind of trying to be a little bit better than the year before. So very good. We do have our first caller. Our producer has decided what calls to take here. He's reached out to some people. So first caller, Gil, New Year's resolution for us here, bud.
Hi, guys. Much like Brock, I heard him talking, and in past years, I've gotten, I guess, a little lackadaisical when it comes to New Year's resolutions. But this year, I'm thinking I would like to be a little bit more open about encounters I've had.
Gil, so New Year's resolution, you want to be more open about encounters. Very good. We'll probably...
sexual encounters. I feel like I want to be, maybe not get into the nitty gritty details, but like, for instance, this year, one thing that I wish I might have shared more with people, and like I said, not in the nitty gritty, but I was camping and I saw this lovely gentleman was wearing a fedora. And I thought to myself, Gil, you ought to go talk to that guy. Well, as it would happen, I did talk to him and complimented his fedora. And one thing led to another, and before you know it, we're walking ever so romantically from his camper back to my tent. And as we got closer to the tent,
Gil, I think I'm going to interrupt you right there. This is still 2023. And in order for your New Year's resolution to be a resolution, with you being more open about your encounters, I think you ought to wait to the next year and maybe not get more open this year.
Well, that makes sense. So should I share that encounter next time I call in?
No, you wouldn't have to share that encounter. I think, maybe like Brock said, maybe think about any encounters you might have next year, but you wouldn't need to share any past encounters. That wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, well, I'm just going to look forward to the new year and calling in and sharing some encounters with you guys and give you guys some more insight into what maybe some of those encounters would look like.
That's great. Okay, thanks, Gil. Thanks for calling in. Our next caller here is Daryl. Daryl, what are some of your New Year's resolutions?
Well, guys, I'll tell you right now, my New Year's resolution really is to get back on the horse, as it were. And I mean, literally get back on the horse. See, earlier this year I had a incident, I'll say, where I was horseback riding at this horseback riding park or whatever they call it. And I got kicked off this horse. Now I'm telling you right now, I haven't been on a horse since. That was back in early July. So what happened, what I think happened, I talked to the guy afterwards, but I said, I think that horse was a little goofy. And he said, what do you mean goofy? I said, well, I'm just going to be honest with you. That horse was looking at me kind of funny. I saw him look at another horse kind of funny, and I don't want to be politically incorrect here, and I'm telling the guy, I said, but I think that horse, I think he's a homosexual. And I think that's why he kicked me off, because he might have caught my vibe. I don't know if you guys figured this out, but I like the ladies, and I think maybe that horse kicked me off because I wasn't, a homosexual.
That seems very unlikely, Daryl. I mean, had you ridden a horse before that?
Well, man, I did their little training session and all that. You got to, of course, sit here and watch them and listen to him talk and sign some waiver saying if his horse does something, you guys ain't liable. And, but I mean, that was the first time, I ever rode a horse as far as after that training session there and watching that video they had.
Yeah, I think, I think maybe it was you weren't used to riding a horse. I don't know if it had anything to do with the horse's sexuality. Not that I'm sure that you would know that.
Well, I mean, tomato, tomato, but I'm just saying I think that horse might have had homosexual tendencies.
Very good. So, get back on that horse, Daryl. I hope you're able to ride like the wind blows, or whatever they call it in horse riding. And best of luck to you. We've got some great New Year's resolutions so far on the episode here. Debbie's our next caller. Debbie, always a pleasure. What are some of your New Year's resolutions, Debbie?
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I wasn't paying attention. I thought this was about something else entirely. In fact, to be honest, I didn't even mean to call into the show. I kind of had other things going, yeah. New Year's resolutions. I guess I don't understand what all the fuss is about. You have your whole year to live your life, and then you wait to the end of the year, and you're like, oh, well, this is what I'm going to live my life for this next year, which most people rarely do. They just kind of live their life like they did the year before and the year before. So I don't really do that. I was at a New Year's party one time, not sure why I went. The food was okay. And at the end of the night, at the end of the night, the ball's dropping or whatever in New York or wherever they do that. And after the ball drop, people are going around all excited, talking about, I got New Year's resolution. I remember my friend Patty, she was saying she was going to lose some weight. I'll be honest, I've heard Patty talk about that for years, and I think she's on the opposite plan, if you ask me. But, Patty asked me one time, do you think I've lost weight? And I was like, not really. I might have gained a couple, actually. She said, what? I was like, nothing. You look beautiful, But, so, no, I don't really do that. It kind of, I don't know, doesn't really make sense. I just kind of get up and do what I do, And I'm not saying that my life is anything special. I kind of do the same thing every year, too. So, I just don't see what all the fuss is about. Sorry I called in. I totally thought this was something else. I was actually trying to call my friend. But anyway, I hope you guys have a good New Year, for whatever that means.
Oh, okay, Debbie. Thank you very much for calling in. Always enjoy you calling in. Maybe, maybe just one more caller here.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea, Brock. Last caller here is Tactical Tim. Tactical Tim, I know that you'll have a good New Year's resolution. I'm sure it's going to be about survival and things like that. So, Tactical Tim.
Hey guys, Phil, you couldn't have been more correct. Usually overall my goal is just to be, and I hate to be kind of, vague, but it's to be more tactical. Well, this year, 2024, I was thinking to myself, Tim, why don't you really bring that in a little bit? Instead of just, hey, I want to be more tactical. What do you want to be more tactical in? I mean, of course, through the span of the year, when I say I want to be more tactical, I'm working on dozens, if not hundreds of things to be more tactical. This year I decided, what I'm going to do? I've got a little bit build up in my savings account, right, Phil? You know what I'm talking about?
Not really.
Anyway, I've got a little bit, built up in my savings account. And I thought this year I would like to buy about 5 more handguns. And the reason being is because right now I'm at 14. I don't like being at 14. I don't like being at an even number, because what I always say to my fellow tacticians is no matter what you're doing in your life, when you get into an encounter with somebody, you never want that fight to be even. It's kind of a play on words there, like you don't want it to be fair. Well, I believe your tactical weapons, your tactical platforms should also be uneven. That way, when you get into that confrontation, that combat scenario with your adversary or adversaries, could be up to 10 people. I've got tactics for that, but that's another story for another time. I'm working on another book right now, actually. You want the fight to be uneven, and in every sense of that. If I've got 10 tactical knives on me, I already feel like the fight's even because of the even number. So if I got 5 more handguns, that would give me 19 handguns. And as another goal to that, I thought, why stop at just owning 5 more handguns? Instead of carrying 3 handguns on myself at any given time, I'm going to start carrying 5. Now, you might ask yourself, where are you carrying all these handguns? Not going to tell you, but I will tell you one thing I am trying to figure out. Maybe you guys can help me. I know you guys aren't as a high level of tactician as I am, but right now I have a leg holster, right? And it's inside my pants. The problem is that the hammer of this particular handgun, I don't want to be too graphic, but the hammer is always bumping up against my right nugget. I guess that kind of gave where I have my handgun too. But anyway, I can change sides later, or I don't know. Anyway, the hammer's always bumping up against my right nugget. I've tried going a little bit lower, but then it starts affecting my knee functioning for snap kicks, front kicks, basically all types of kicks, knee strikes. It actually oddly affects my combat roll, which is weird. But then on the other side, when I do the combat roll with where it's at now, it is constantly rubbing against my nugget. Any ideas for what I might do in regards to that?
Well, have you? I don't know why you have a gun inside your pants on your thigh.
Please, try not to call it a gun. It's a firearm or a handgun.
Right. Maybe don't wear the gun there, or maybe just stick with 3 guns.
Yeah. No, I don't think I'm going to do that. It's really important that I have 5, and please don't call it a gun again. It's really important that I have 5 handguns on me at all times. This is kind of, I don't want to backslide my New Year's resolution already. Phil, Brock, what do you think? Why do you need 5 handguns on you again? New Year's resolution, being more tactical. Yeah. Maybe wear it on your shin. Oh my gosh, Brock, mind blown. Well, I could do that because I have an ankle holster, and let me check. Hold on a second, I gotta pull my pants down.
Of course.
Yeah, I could do that, and if I spin that thigh holster just the right way, it actually doesn't hit my ankle holster firearm.
Perfect. Problem solved. Happy New Year, Tim.
Thanks, guys. Happy New Year to you guys. Hey, and going to the new year, remember, guys, stay tactical, stay practical. Thank you, Tim. Yeah, I think I'm ready to wrap it up if you are, Phil.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's wrap this one up. As always, thanks for listening to the Phil Switch, and don't forget to check out my other podcast, First and 15th, which I co-host with Cap over at Kaplowitz Media. If you would like to contact us here at the Phil Switch, you can do that by emailing us at thefilswitch@gmail.com. Again, that's thefilswitch@gmail.com, or you can also contact us through comedycigarsmusic.com. We wish you all a great week. Happy New Year, and we'll talk to you soon here at the Phil Switch.